Hi students, let's look at this part of the integration techniques, which is on the quadratic trigonometric functions. So contrary to what most students would think, actually you don't need to memorize this. So it's just an extension of what you've already learned in trigo identities. So what we need to do is actually to change cosine. If you're told to find the integration of cosine square, sine square, and tangent square, you would need to know how to use the formula sheet given to you. So the formula sheet given to you, the MF given to you in your syllabus would be this here. So what you need to do is to look at have a close look at this what do you call it, this part of the formula. Okay, so I need to explain this part here. So for this part of the formula, what we actually need is this secant square a. So this is given in exam, okay? And also the cosine 2a formula, because this is very, very useful. So what you need to be able to tell is essentially tangent square a is what we don't have the formula for tangent square. We can't integrate this, right? So when we want, but what we can integrate, however, is the 1 and also the secant square. Okay, secant square, integrating secant square would be tangent. So similarly with this one here, we can integrate cosine 2a, we can integrate 1 and 1, but we can't integrate this formula here, which is cosine square a and sine square a. But we could make them the subject and make life easier for us. So let me illustrate it for you. Okay, so this case, just know that this use the MF, the mathematical formula, to actually know which formula you're using. So as for this, you're actually using cosine 2a equals to 2 cosine square a minus 1, whereas for this here, you're using cosine 2a equals to 1 minus 2 sine square a. For this over here, you're using this, which is actually MF, which is actually secant square a equals to 1 plus tangent square a. Okay, so try not to memorize this concept here. Okay, so for example, say in the question will give me, which is like they ask me to find secant square 5x plus 1. Let's say I will want to integrate this. Okay, but of course offhand I can't integrate sine square 5x plus 1. But what I can do is essentially find a formula which we can express to all the integratable forms. Alright, so from here I know that from my MF I have this formula here, which is cosine 2a is equals to 1 minus 2 sine square a. Right, so I know that sine square a is equals to 1 minus cosine 2a by rearranging over 2, and a is actually 5x plus 1, right? So I'm gonna just change it to, this will just change to 1 minus cosine 2, so we just put this as 2 to 5x plus 1 to a over 2. Okay, so I essentially just replace a with 5x plus 1, so you can see that this is 5x. So maybe I should write this down for you. So in other words, this is what I'm doing. Sine square 5x plus 1 is equals to 1 minus cosine to 5x plus 1 over 2. Okay, that's it. So once this is done, I could just rearrange this to 1 minus cosine 10x plus 2 dx. I can start integrating. So this will be 1 over x. Integrating what 1 will be x, and this will be sine 10x plus 2 over 10. Okay, or you can just expand this as half x minus 1 over 20. So generally, what we need is just to express in a term which we in terms which we can integrate. Okay, so just highlight these two formulas here which you need to use, which is if it's given secant, tangent A, you use this formula. If given cosine square A, you need to use this formula here and sine here, this one. Alright, so that's how you understand this concept here. Now, if you have any question or comments, please do let us know. We'll see how we can actually apply this formula here and this concept here in the subsequent questions. Okay, see you.